Okay, so to start off this presentation, I'll give a little recap on who I chose and what my game's about. This is Kyle Byrne. He is 21 years old. He is currently studying computer programming and his hobbies include cycling, reading and programming. My game for him is called Symphony of a Fallen King. It is a 3D narrative-based exploration game where you must use the surroundings to solve puzzles and learn more about what happened to the world. Doing a speedrun of my game, I finished it in 15 minutes. To get a full coherent review of the game, I made Kyle play the game a few times, each time asking about specific parts of the game. The first time he played it, I only observed him to see how he played when he was concentrating. The first time he played, he finished it in 35 minutes. He spent 10 minutes in one room full of weapons, frustrated at all the choices that could have been the answer. After guessing 2 incorrect weapons, he just began randomly guessing instead of actually looking around. When he did get past that, he easily completed the game. When I asked him about that part, he said there were too many weapons and none actually stood out. He also mentioned that the narrative was a little too explicit and not subtle enough. I began the interview with him throughout the next few playthroughs. During the interview, I asked him about the aspects of the interactivity of the game, the art style I was aiming for, and his positive and negative opinions of how the game currently was. His main points were that he enjoyed the interactivity of the game, such as the barrels and the illusionary walls, and commented saying every object should have a purpose, whether functionally or aesthetically. He also said the art style was a little basic and some of the colour schemes of the certain rooms collided. I was currently aiming for an art style similar to Gone Home, with broad colours and heavy lines, making a slightly cartoony style to the game. I also wanted to use royal colours to express the importance of the mansion, but this didn't really come true. While the narrative was slightly explicit, he enjoyed the content and lore, but prefers audio and visual narrative over written narrative. Kyle also pointed out that there was very little exploration. It felt he was always just going from point A to point B and not much things to look around for. After the interview, I gained an understanding of where I currently stand with the game. Some puzzles had answers that weren't obvious and could be randomly guessed through. I had many objects in the game that had no purpose other than to fill space. The lore and information of the game was given in long, boring blocks, and visuals weren't as appealing as I hoped they would be. What I plan to change about the game is to add more interactivity in the game, such as levers to open secret rooms, and actual puzzle pieces you must put together. I also will be shortening the text to a summary, and adding a narrator to tell detailed lore instead. A small change I intend on implementing is to add sounds such as doors creaking open and altered footsteps audio to add atmosphere to the game. Finally, I shall be making answers to puzzles more obvious, such as making the sword answer shining and brighter, as well as improving the overall visuals of the game to be more appropriate to how I imagine the game will look. In conclusion, I found that the concept of the game is acceptable, the mechanics and interactivity is good, that there was one frustrating moment in the game, overall it is playable and completable. On the negative side, there isn't enough exploration in the game, the visuals and audio need more polish, and the puzzles need to be improved on, but overall, I got a good feedback on Symphony of a Fallen King, and I know where and what I need to work on. Thank you.